Welcome to Disney A, the Canadian-themed Disney travel podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Krysta.
Happy 2-4, eh?
Yay.
Yeah, May 2-4. I mean, it's Holiday Monday if you're listening to this when it comes out.
In Canada.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're Canadian-themed travel podcast.
Yes.
I just said that. This week, we're going to play off that theme and make this all about our national holiday.
Right. One of our national holidays.
Well, yes.
This
national holiday.
Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of got this weird British-Canadian history.
Yeah.
A lot of Canadian history has roots in Britain.
Yep.
Also France.
Yep.
But this one's definitely Britain.
Yes.
Because it's named after Queen Victoria.
Yeah, it's Victoria Day.
Yeah, Victoria Day. So
we also have a city named after her.
Yeah.
It's a very nice city, actually.
Very nice.
Very pretty.
Have you been there?
Many times.
Oh,
Have
lucky you. Just once, yeah.
Oh.
I went there for an accounting conference once.
That's not as exciting. I went there with my
It was exciting because when we weren't in the accounting conference, we got to see quite a bit of downtown Victoria. It was quite beautiful.
No, Victoria is very, very pretty. I shouldn't say many, many times. I've been several times.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, I mean, and we also like to talk about Disney.
Of course.
So we're going to kind of roll that in all together.
Yep.
And talk about British-influenced Disney things?
Yeah.
I guess?
We're not reaching at all.
Yeah.
It makes work. We made it work. It's all good.
All right. But before we get to that,
Yeah.
I think we're going to spend a little bit more time talking about the news.
And before we get to that,
I'm going to ask you about what nerd thing you were doing this week.
Oh, nerd thing. I have a couple. I'm officially headed back to in-person classes, so I was doing the whole online Zoom thing this last week, which was interesting. There's
after the long weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
After the long weekend. On Tuesday, I head back. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, like we said, Monday, national holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we have that long weekend, and I was doing a lot of teachery type things.
As you are wont to do.
As I am wont to do. And, I did like a cool painting kind of night via YouTube last night. That was kind of cool and kind of nerdy.
Yeah, what did you paint?
A giant turtle.
Oh.
Sea turtle.
Turtle.
Yeah, I have two.
I see turtles.
I actually have a sea turtle tattoo on my foot, and literally every time Brandon sees it, I see turtles.
There's a Disney quote for everything.
It's true. It's true. I was actually laughing because they quoted Disney during it and she didn't get it. And someone had asked her if she had her exit buddy. And she's like, I don't get it.
Totally.
Do you have your exit buddy? Okay. So that was one. But the big thing that I've been doing is I have been playing with video editing and stuff like that.
Why would you do that?
Because like we've announced previously, we have a YouTube channel coming up and we're like...
Dramatic music. Dun,
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 dun.
dun. Yeah, it's close.
Yeah?
It is close.
We have a little bit of footage and... Now that the snow has melted, we might get a little bit more
we have
here
some
in the next
plans
few
for
days.
some explorations and such. So, yeah, I've been playing with that a whole bunch.
Cool.
And that's kind of cool. I like that stuff.
Yeah, no, you're doing really well.
Thanks.
You're not as computer savvy as I am.
No,
but
you're very computer savvy.
Like apply yourself and give her.
Yes.
Whereas I'm lazy, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am very organized and like if something should get done and I want to get something done, I just get it done kind of thing. So
we worked well together that way.
Yeah, you're the ideas guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's been like a few nerdy things.
Tech support.
And yes, like today when I'm like, this isn't working, you just move. So a lot of nerdy things, but that's like the biggie.
Right.
That's the biggie for me. I know what your nerd thing is, but I'm going to ask you anyway.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, what's your nerd thing, Brandon?
Well, so the NHL playoffs started it seems like a really long time ago now. But I'm a big Toronto Maple Leafs fan.
Yes.
And they just started on Thursday.
Yes. Some teams had played 3 games before the Leafs actually got to their first one.
Yeah, which is not
insane.
Not great. It's not great, but I've been watching a whole lot of hockey, including just before we started recording this. So go Leafs, go! Yeah,
Leafs just won the second game in their series, and I kind of figured that if they won, we'd record tonight, and if they lost, we'd record tomorrow, so you'd have time to mourn.
Yeah, well, you don't want me recording in a sour mood.
It's true. Okay, so we are not recording this for YouTube yet, so they can't see, but you are decked out in like full Leafs regalia right now. You've got the jersey.
I took my Leaf socks off, but I was wearing,
Yes.
I got the jersey jersey and the hat and...
Yeah, the whole shebang.
The whole shebang, yeah.
The whole shebang. I'm wearing a jersey too, actually, though, so I guess I shouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know why you're making fun of me. I don't know. I've corrupted you,
It's true. My voice is actually a little sore from screaming at the screen.
Not as much as I've been screaming.
That's your nerd thing, eh?
Yeah.
All hockey.
All
hockey.
This
is a very Canadian episode.
Yeah, eh?
No do to boot it. Can't even do it.
Oh,
okay, I'm going to stop
dear.
that. All right. The other thing we always talk about is what we're... Oh, my goodness. This is super Canadian. Brandon, what are you drinking?
Well, I mean, it's not that Canadian. It's from Scotland.
Oh, I guess, though. I was thinking whiskeys. I poured it. I should know that.
You should, yeah. Single malt from Scotland. Auchentoshan. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry.
Our first prime minister was Scottish.
Yeah.
Does that count? Canadian?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with that.
Sure.
Super Canadian.
Sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right. Anyway, yeah, some Auchentoshan three wood, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, it's quite delicious and strong. How about you?
I'm not 100% sure because you concocted it.
Oh, yeah.
It's tasty.
I am a drink chef.
Yes, it is. It's tasty.
Mixologist, as you will.
Mm-hmm. So every once in a while, Brandon will make me what I call a happy drink. And it's like a concoction that he comes up with. Or happy juice.
Happy juice.
Happy juice. So this one is coffee based. We had coffee that we forgot about this morning. We didn't realize there was some left in the pot.
Whoops.
And so, of course, like, it got cold and everything. I said, well, I should make an iced coffee. And you just said, oh, I'll take care of that. And I don't know what's all in here, but it's delicious.
Well, so you got some old coffee and some ice cubes to make super cold coffee.
Yes, that's how you make iced coffee.
And some almond milk.
Vanilla almond milk.
Vanilla almond milk. Yes, I don't know what it's silk.
Yeah.
Silk almond milk.
Yes. I was like the almond milk that's in the fridge.
Yeah.
Vanilla almond. Yeah.
Some cream. Heavy cream.
Nice.
Delicious.
Yep.
And some Crown Royal caramel.
Oh, that's Canadian.
Very Canadian.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Yay. All right, we're keeping the theme going unintentionally.
Nice.
Perfect. Well, anyway, it's delicious.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Clank.
I have a plastic glass. This is not going to work. Okay. My cup is a plastic Pokemon sippy cup.
Pokemon.
No, we're not doing Emily Dickinson, the Pokemon theme song.
Oh. But
I know,
it's
gotta
in the
catch 'em
common
all.
meter.
Yes, I know,
Okay,
it's in the common meter.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
Since we're not currently watching any Marvel shows, and we're not watching Bad Batch.
Yes, but we are doing the countdown to Loki.
That's right, we are doing the countdown. Actually, this is the first one we've mentioned on the podcast, because now we're really close.
Yeah,
You can tell we're really close, because I kind of whispered.
Whisper.
Okay, yes, we're really close.
It's basically 2 weeks. I mean, 2 weeks plus 2 days. 16 days. Yeah.
You're an accountant.
I am, but yeah, it's gonna come out on Wednesday, so 2 days for Monday, and then 2 more weeks. Sweet.
Oh yes, I'm so excited.
Disney, they've done a watch along with all the Loki movies. Gonna go through all the movies that Loki has appeared in.
Do we have time to binge this?
I mean, we've kind of have already a couple times.
True.
I mean,
like,
and
again?
I don't know if I want to watch Thor: The Dark World again, really, that much.
No, I kind of want to watch it again. I want to give it another chance. You know which one I actually want to give another chance? Loki's not it, but I want to give Captain America another chance. The first one.
No.
Yeah, I want to give it another chance.
Loki,
2 words.
Loki should be in that. It would have made it better.
2 words.
Shirtless Chris Evans.
Okay.
That is 3 words. Yes, because Chris Evans.
You were just thinking shirtless Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was saying not shirtless, but Peggy Carter. I adore her. I think she's fantastic.
Yeah, no, she's pretty cool.
Okay. But Loki's not in that.
Yeah.
No.
And her MCU series has kind of been like decanonized now, so
which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I have strong opinions about this. We should do an episode on like...
But maybe they can bring her back in like a better version where it's like
I hope so.
high budget and Disney Plus
I
style.
hope so.
I don't know. Yeah.
So we have a countdown to Loki, and then after that, I think it's time to start the countdown for Black Widow.
Yeah, that's going to be coming up.
Because this is the year of Marvel.
It sure is. Because we're gonna have a bunch of episodes of Loki. We're gonna have Black Widow, and then before you know, it's gonna be What If.
Oh yeah, I'm really excited
and
for
Shang-Chi.
that. So good. Yep.
Great.
So man, great stuff.
And that's just the first half of the year.
I know, it's crazy.
I'm just really excited. Sorry, I was swallowing my my whiskey there. I'm just really excited for Loki. Of all the Marvel series that were announced originally, that was the one I was most excited for.
Yeah, you keep saying that. What were you second most excited for?
I mean, probably WandaVision, just because it was weird and turned out weird and in like the best way possible.
Yep. So for me, I was most excited for WandaVision, but then Loki was like really close, and like I adore Loki as a character. Everyone does. I mean, come on,
of course,
right?
yeah,
That's just But Wanda's my favorite character in all of the MCU, and I always thought she was incredibly underrepresented and underdeveloped, and so I was really excited for that, and I love the weirdness of it. And what I'm really interested in here, I think like they're gonna go weird with Loki. Not WandaVision weird, but like weird. He's Loki. You can do this.
It's gonna be the Marvel superhero version of Forrest Gump, I think, with all the timey-wimey stuff.
Yeah.
That's a Doctor Who reference.
I know that, but I don't watch Doctor Who.
No, me neither. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just explaining it to you.
Yes,
I don't know.
I understood the reference.
Okay, cool.
Just
the references to pop culture as he like flows through time, just from the trailers. Like,
looks really cool.
Super cool.
It just looks like Loki being the most Loki he can possibly Loki.
You've literally stabbed someone in the back. I'm not gonna do it again.
Disney A News Update. Okay, man, do I have a lot of news items. That's, I guess, what happens when things start opening.
I mean, it's a holiday, so we're probably going to spend most of the time on the news anyway.
Well,
this is kind of a soft topic.
It's true. We generally like to just chat about random stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a whole lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff happened this week.
Well, it's kind of what happens when things start opening again.
Yeah, there's stuff to do, so there's stuff to talk about.
Exactly.
Cool.
I've got some items that I just want to mention, then I have some I want to talk about.
Okay.
So first of all, stuff's opening. Disneyland. I don't know if they're getting more cast members back or what, but every day we're yes. So Grizzly River Run has now reopened.
I don't think that was a staff issue. I think they were doing a little bit of maintenance on it.
Yeah, I think they were doing some maintenance and some painting and stuff. They always do that in the off, and with fewer cast members coming back, they weren't in any rush to open it, I don't think. Yeah. So Grizzly River Run is now reopened. There are now compostable. How do you say that?
Compost stable.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's go with that.
No,
let's not. Compostable waste receptacles are now in use in Disneyland, so this is again part of their, greener.
If you don't finish your churro, you chuck it in the compost
and then everyone
bin.
Points and like yells at you. Because why wouldn't you finish a churro?
I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
But yes, that's the kind of idea. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Speaking of food, I've got 2 food items for you, both related to Avengers Campus because it's opening so soon.
Yeah, like we were doing the countdown for Loki. Avengers Campus is going to be open before Loki comes out.
Isn't that crazy? Just to review, less than a month ago, Disneyland was closed. We're getting Avengers Campus here.
That's how quickly the world is changing as long as people get their vaccines.
Get your vaccine. Mm-hmm.
Not they're going to listen to us, but
but
listen to the cool scientist bros.
Yeah, yay science.
You know who's a cool scientist?
Who?
Iron Man.
It's true. Hey, it is true. And Bruce Banner. Yeah.
And Hank Pym.
Oh, speaking of Pym, hey, nice segue. I like that. Well done. Okay, so we have some information about the menu items that are going to be available in Avengers Campus, like at Pym's Test Kitchen. Man, that was suave.
Oh,
look at you go.
Call me Captain Segui. I mean...
No, Segui it is.
Segui,
okay. Apparently, one of the world's most expensive sandwiches is now going to be available at Pym's Test Kitchen, which, sounds ridiculous because it isn't like $100.
It's $100 American dollars.
Okay, but now we're going to look closer at it because it feeds 6 to 8 people.
It's a big arsed sandwich.
Right, exactly.
It's been enlarged by
Pym was
famous scientist Hank Pym.
Right, because yay science.
Like giant.
Exactly. So if you want to share a massive sandwich with 5 to 7 of your closest friends and family members...
I don't know if I want that many people to share a sandwich with me. I would probably like 3 tops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
But they're recommending 6.
I get hungry, so...
Okay, fair. You eat for like 3 people. Though.
I kind of do.
You do.
Yeah. I'm a large lad.
Okay, so if you haven't ever seen a picture of Brandon, or it's hard to tell on our Instagram or anything like that, or if you've just found us, Brandon is 6'6".
Yeah.
You're a big fella.
Yeah.
You're really tall.
I don't play basketball.
No.
Ball.
I don't even like basketball.
Hockey all the way.
And then your response is always, why do you play mini golf? You're like, wow, you're so tall. You must play basketball. Like, no, you're so short. You must play mini golf.
Yeah.
Which I think is very witty. Yep. Speaking as someone who's 5'2".
You are kind of tiny.
I'm kind of tiny. Yeah, so you're large. So, okay. If you were sharing with Brandon, we could probably do like 4 people eating this sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, it sounds like a good sandwich. It's like kind of
like
like a grilled
panini kind of
grilled
thing.
grilled cheese type of situation with meat. Yeah.
I mean, anything that's like a grilled cheese, I can probably equal to.
Yeah. No, it looks delicious and it's cool because like they
what
can
a
say
fun experience.
they can say we have $100 sandwich, but it's like the size of a pizza.
It's one of those things that it's an experience to do. And Disney's so good at this. Pym's Test Kitchen is actually one of the things I'm most excited for in Avengers Campus.
They can play with the size of food so much. Like,
that's true.
You can have tiny pizzas or giant sandwiches or whatever. It's brilliant.
And if you don't want to go there, you can go to the shawarma place.
I did not know until we were watching the uniform unveil that they were actually having a shawarma place.
Yeah.
And it's just so good. Like,
it's perfect.
It's brilliant.
It is actually perfect.
I want to go for shawarma.
I think you have to. You're like legally required to go for shawarma when you're there. They like revoke your ticket.
Yeah. No, it's really good and the menu looks good and I mean shawarma's delicious.
Well,
so.
yeah, I mean, you can of course check all that stuff out online. All the menu items and such and so forth as it gets closer. More and more information is coming out. Speaking of more information coming out, they released pricing info and stuff like that for the Wish.
Oh, I mean, that's coming up. I mean, it's going to be next summer. Mm-hmm. So it's still over a year away, but that's not very long as far as it goes for cruise booking and stuff like that. So yeah, it's coming up fast.
Wait, any kind of time you do like one of those big holidays, you want to book as far in advance as you can. I get booking vacations now is like tenuous and everything, but I'm quite optimistic for the near future.
I am super
let
optimistic.
alone summer 2022, and quite frankly, I think the prices for these cabins and such is going to go up before then.
Probably.
Right? So if you are at all interested, go check it out.
There's going to be pent-up demand.
It's true.
And this is the new shiny thing.
Yeah.
So
that looks amazing.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah,
if you haven't watched the unveil video, the YouTube video, it hits all the buttons. Like there's stuff for kids. You got your Frozen dinner.
It's true.
You got your
By kids, you mean Krysta.
Yeah. Well, you're not allowed to go to the kids club.
I am small. I could fit down the secret entrance tube.
Yeah, you could fit, but they would be like, "Excuse me, ma'am, please leave."
Okay, fine.
Have a magical day. In their like angry voice.
Angry voice. Okay, fine. So I couldn't, even though I could fit down the secret entrance tube, because how freaking cool is that?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I could go to the Frozen dinner.
But they also got your Marvel dinner.
Yep.
And you got a roller coaster river raft.
Yep.
At sea.
That is like has video detailing with like Mickey.
They're calling it their first Disney attraction at sea, because they've had like a kind of roller coaster water slide before.
Yes, they have the Aquaduck, which is a more clever name than the Aqua
It's
Mouse.
a good name, yes, but this is the Aqua Mouse, and it's got like a full ride experience.
We've avoided spoilers still successfully for Rise of the Resistance. We are avoiding them like crazy. I'm going to watch a ride through on this.
Oh, yeah.
Because it looks amazing.
It's not as a big a story thing, but it looks really cool.
Yeah, I'm just so curious to see how they do that. So you have that. You have what you might be most excited for, the Star Wars lounge.
Star Wars Lounge, and it's got the virtual window technology that they're using in a few places, and that looks just amazing. So it's going to feel like you're in space, kind of like the Star Wars hotel, actually.
Yeah, exactly. So I precursor to that, I think.
Yeah, I mean, if you like cruising, I think that's gonna be what we're talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about like different cruising options, and of course we're talking about the Wish, but the pricing and all of that kind of fun stuff did open up like today.
Yeah, and they posted it on the Disneyland website, and it's pretty comparable actually to the previous prices of their former flagship, the Disney Dream. It is quite expensive compared to like normal cruising, but you get a lot of stuff included, and you get that Disney pixie dust
I was
touch.
gonna say there's prices, and then there are Disney prices.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're talking customer service in general, attention to detail in general, you're talking Disney here. You know, it's more expensive than a regular cruise, yes, but it's Disney prices.
Yeah.
And it's actually not as bad as I was expecting.
Yeah, I was expecting worse. It's not that bad, and you get a lot for what you pay.
Yeah.
I think.
And you're right. Like you were mentioning how they have different things that appeal to different people. You have your adults only area. You have your adults only pool even.
Mm-hmm.
You have, you know, your lounges and restaurants, things like that are adults only, which of course we're interested in, but it's not like we're not going to go to the Frozen experience dinner.
No, you can immerse yourself in Disney and have a great time, and it's good for everybody.
Yeah, which is
from
so good.
5 to 75.
Exactly.
Or
older.
Older, yeah.
Yeah, so that's really cool. And we'll do Castaway Key and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, we're gonna run the
Yeah.
Castaway Key 5K.
I think that's a really nice way to start your day.
Yeah.
Especially after eating all the Disney food.
They have really good food, let me tell you. Speaking from experience, the Disney cruise food is just
next level.
Sublime.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Those prices came out. If you're at all interested, I would check those out for sure. Because you know, like you said, there's gonna be pent-up demand.
They have several dates and they vary by date. It's pretty expensive in June, July, and then it kind of tapers off in August, and then even as it gets out of school off time, like September is even cheaper.
Man, if only we weren't, we didn't have to adhere to the school calendar, hey? Okay, we don't have a YouTube video. They can't see you rolling your eyes at me.
Dang teachers. We don't even have any ankle biters to worry about, and still have that teaching schedule.
I know.
Curses.
Literally, like, what is the one job where you have to adhere to the teaching schedule without wait, I have that.
Yeah.
So, yes, I think we'll have to look at, maybe not next August, but definitely an August.
Yeah, I think so. Right before you go back to school.
Oh, yeah. Come back all tan.
Some schools are going back, so the prices come down.
Yes,
we'll
a lot of schools in the States go back in August. So, yeah. I found some news literally minutes before we started recording this.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't even know about this.
Dun, 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 dun. Breaking news.
Except they're hearing this on Monday, so it won't be breaking news anymore.
Oh.
Information come out about a new Disney patent that details, quote, a dynamic virtual queue that could replace lengthy standby lines, end quote. So there's like a whole article about this, and I read it.
Interesting that they're patenting something
like this.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
So they patent stuff that doesn't really come to anything a lot of the times. Of course,
a corporation like Disney, if they have an idea, they're gonna patent it.
Yeah.
Because if it comes to anything and they own the patent, it means a lot of money, and
Exactly.
It doesn't cost a lot to file a patent.
Exactly.
It doesn't cost very
this
much.
isn't like saying anything, but what it is saying is a lot of the times when you see a patent from Disney specifically, they're noticing an issue and trying to address it. So it says more about like their frame of mind than anything.
Right. Yes.
Right? So there are articles about this, and I kind of read and kind of skimmed several of them. But here's the big gist. And this is a direct quotation from Disneyland News Today. The dynamic virtual queue management system uses data from across the theme park to determine when a guest is able to return to an attraction. The scenario described in the patent application mentions a guest that has a virtual queue reservation for a second attraction. The guest would like to ride the first attraction before his return time. The dynamic queue management system would take all available data, including average wait times at the first attraction, and attempt to find a return time for the first attraction. This return time will not interfere with the guest's virtual queue at the second attraction. So basically it's like standing in line for you, and it sounds a lot to me like Fast Pass on steroids.
Fast Pass plus Jarvis, I guess.
I was going to try and do a British accent, but...
Yeah, no, that sounds pretty cool. Also, a little 1984 creepy, but you already got the app and you got your smartphone. They're already tracking everything about you anyway, so you might as well not stand in line as much.
You may as well benefit from it.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, it makes
cool.
sense. So they had a couple quotations here, basically for like why, talking about, the guest experience.
Yeah.
And one is like, it can be physically demanding on a lot of people to stand in a standby line for a long period of time, as well as just like emotionally draining. And then of course the second one is, you know what those people can be doing when they're not standing in line?
Spending spending money.
That one.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was worded a little bit better than that, but yes, no, that was essentially it.
No, that's what they were saying inside their head. Spending money.
No, they pretty much said it out loud too, just with less gravelly voice.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's what they meant.
They're even thinking about it and exploring it.
That's super interesting. Fast Pass is now 22 years old. Ow.
Holy.
Ow. So they've been exploring that kind of concept for a long time.
I know we're not on YouTube yet, so you can't see me just like scowling and like shaking my head, but like 22 years old.
1999.
Okay, we're not talking about this anymore.
Okay.
I remember.
I remember.
Also, uplifting news. Disneyland hours have been announced that they are being extended starting July 1st. We knew this was coming, but now it's official.
They always have longer hours in summer.
Of course they do.
And it's going to be like a more normal summer.
It's getting close. Here are your new hours starting July 1st. And you'll notice this actually because you can go to do your reservations for however many months out. And of course, July 1st is now included. Happy Canada Day, July 1st, by the way.
Oh, Canada. No.
Oh, okay. Disneyland Park is going to be from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. DCA is going to be 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Downtown Disney is going to be 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. So obviously still shortened hours than typical in July, but hey, we're getting better. Speaking of getting better, on June 15th, now officially announced, they are dropping the colored tier system in California. We knew this was coming, but now it's official. Governor Newsom has said no more colored tier system as of June 15th. That is when Disney says they are going to stop their temperature checks.
I've always thought that the temperature check thing was a little bit for show anyway.
Maybe. But I mean, they found at least one or two people who are like, oh, I'm fine. And they come.
Maybe. Yeah. But like, if you're running a fever enough to set off a temperature check and you come to the park anyway, you're a jerk.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That isn't saying it hasn't happened.
No, that's true. But it seems a little superfluous to me.
Right. But, it's one of those things that you have to double check on. I've gone through more temperature checks in the last year than I think I have in the last 35 previous. Mm-hmm. Also, hey, look at us returning to normal for summer. New cast member recruitment has begun. So before the focus was on, of course, recalling the old ones. Not old age, the previous cast members.
Former
cast members.
The furloughed. The furloughed cast members. Yeah.
Yeah, but now they're actually actively recruiting.
Which they probably need to.
Oh, definitely. And as part of California dropping the color tier system, outdoor masks are largely not mandatory. Of course, large gatherings when social distancing is impossible, then they're saying still wear them.
I would wear a mask in Disney right now, regardless.
Yeah, I probably would too.
But yeah, no, it's kind of...
It's good. It's like a sign.
Yeah.
It's like a step forward. So more guidelines will come, including Disney specifics. So I don't know if Disney is going to, of course, as a business, they can still say that they are requiring masks or not.
Yep. Private business, they can do whatever they want.
They can move within those guidelines.
Right.
In fact, they'll probably announce their specifics right after we finish recording.
Oh, guaranteed.
It's pretty much exactly how it always goes. Holy, lots of news. Dave Filoni.
Well, let's get to the Star Wars news.
Okay. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's just pause on the Star Wars for a second because I have one more about COVID. If you haven't yet seen the Muppets PSA about vaccination, you need to watch it. It's up on our Facebook. It's on, I think, the official Disney Facebook page as well.
Yes, that's where I saw it first.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've seen it on YouTube. I've seen it on Twitter. Gonzo and Pepe do a PSA about vaccination. It's perfect.
It's really cute. I don't think it's going to convince anyone who wasn't going to do it in the first place, but Gonzo and Pepe, they're adorable.
Exactly.
And get your shot.
Gonzo told me to.
It helps us get back to normal, even if you weren't normal in the first place.
It was quite witty, actually.
Yeah, adorable.
It more gives warm fuzzies for those of us who either already have or are going to get them anyway. So, but I do recommend watching it because it's awesome.
Yeah, it's cute.
And who doesn't love the Muppets?
Losers.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, now let's go back to Star Wars.
Okay.
Okay.
Star Wars time.
So I have 2 Star Wars news items for you.
Yep. And
Item number 1.
This is a big one.
Dave Filoni has been named Executive Creative Director at Lucasfilm.
A big promotion. Mm-hmm. He's not quite got the org chart of a Feige at this point, but he might be like 2010 Feige. So he's got a lot of power in Lucasfilm right now. Like Kathleen Kennedy's still hanging on as the president.
And that's fine.
And I mean, it's fine. A lot of people aren't a big fans of hers.
No, but if she just keeps letting Filoni do all the decision making, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Filoni knows Star Wars probably better than anybody at this point, and he's made a lot of good decisions. So...
Do you know what I love about Dave Filoni? And I love this about anyone who's a fan of anything. When you get to have, like you get to make the big decisions about it. First of all, they give it the respect, but it takes it to the next level. Mm. Filoni did Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Clone Wars completely saved the prequels. Like 100% saved them. And that wouldn't happen without Filoni.
Did it in the spirit of Star Wars. Mm-hmm. Like, he's not like trying to do his own thing. Like,
no, but he does it in the spirit of Star Wars. He still, explores different things and does creative ways, but still stays true to Star Wars. That is an insanely hard
it's very difficult. The Last Jedi gets docked because it's too different for some reason. But I liked it. I felt it was Star Wars, but
I liked The Last Jedi more than most people did.
Yeah, but Filoni does it more delicately than that. Mm-hmm. That was like a bull in a china shop, a Star Wars themed china shop.
Commemorative plates and glasses.
Yeah, which is probably why some people were mad, because it was destroying those commemorative plates and glasses. Yeah. But yeah,
ooh, I like that metaphor.
Yeah, and it's a good metaphor.
High five.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, Filoni, he's Mr. Star Wars, and he's taken us to the future.
Or a long time ago.
A long time ago.
So we are happy with this news, in other words.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I look forward to seeing what comes in the future. Mm-hmm. And speaking of the future,
dun dun dun. Look at all that dramatic music.
Lots of dramatic music.
Okay.
Along with this, it's not official. But they had announced the New Republic Commandos TV series.
Is that what it was called?
Rangers of the New Republic.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's what it was called.
Right. Along with Ahsoka and the Obi-Wan series.
Yeah, they announced all these series coming to Disney Plus, and
this
this one was kind of out of left field. It seems kind of weird.
Well, but it seemed like they were setting it up in season 2 of The Mandalorian.
Yes, so Filoni was tagged to like be the showrunner for this. So his new position maybe makes that not as possible.
Oh, that's a good point.
Is part of it, but also I'm pretty sure they were leaning heavy into Gina Carano being the lead-in to it, and of course that's that whole problem with her.
Yeah.
That seems to be on hold, not in active development anymore.
Yeah, on hold indefinitely.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's a canceled never, but definitely not a priority.
I would be surprised if it actually ever comes to fruition. Yeah.
That's reasonable.
Because it was clearly going to be the Cara Dune show. Yeah. Cara Dune and Friends, basically. And they're like, nope, we're not doing that. So.
Ooh, not touching that. And it's not like Cara Dune was recast or anything like that. That was basically...
No, you can't.
No. It was Gina Carano or nothing, and definitely nothing on that one. We don't need to talk about her now. And some of our previous episodes, we've explored her a little bit more. But, yeah, this is interesting and not surprising. So I think... Others have said, I'm not the first one coming with this information. If a show was expendable, this was it.
Yeah. It was
even
kind
if
of
there wasn't.
It was kind of a reach, if you ask me, in the first place.
Well,
she was a cool character.
Yes.
And it would have been cool to have a show based on that, to see the grunts doing their work rather than these like Jedi and all that other stuff. So I don't know
what? We have a different show based off Rogue One coming out with other backstory of other non-Jedi people doing stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Rogue One.
And that one looks good. So what is that one called?
Andor.
Now? Andor is the name of it one? Yeah, that one looks really good. Of course, it doesn't hurt that I adore him.
Yeah.
But if one was going to be expendable, this was it. It's not tied to a major character. You're not canceling Ahsoka. You know what I mean? You're not canceling the Book of Boba Fett. So even if there wasn't the Gina Carano, if a show had to go, this was going to be it. And then she's just like the icing on the cake, I feel like. So this is interesting. Are you hurt to see this go?
I'm sad to not have more Star Wars content, but otherwise, I don't know.
And it's cool to see, like, new stories.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just hopefully they have something else to take its place, I guess.
Yeah. I like the stuff that's, like, in world that helps develop it.
It's like Cantina stories with the Twi'leks behind the scenes.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's cool. Okay, well, like we said, we were going to talk about news for a long time, and we have. So let's head into our actual topic, which we're going to probably spend less time on.
Yeah, much less time. This is going to be a very shallow, just a little chat.
Shallow.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. The Canadian Corner. Okay, so let's start, first of all, before we get into the actual Disney of all this. Victoria Day. Now, if you are listening in the States, hi, first of all. I know in the States, next weekend is
Memorial Day. Yeah.
And it's kind of like the unofficial kickoff to summer. Our unofficial kickoff to summer is always, we say May long.
It's weird that our unofficial kickoff to summer is earlier than the States, considering we're a northern clime.
You know what, though? It's because it snowed this weekend. We had snowfall warnings, people.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a long weekend in May for Canada. So the background of Victoria Day, it is a federal Canadian public holiday celebrated on always the last Monday preceding the 25th. And initially it was in honor of Queen Victoria's birthday, which we talked about top of show. And again, go visit Victoria. It's very pretty. Anyway, it has been observed in Canada since at least 1845, originally falling on Queen Victoria's, actual birthday, which is the 24th.
May 2-4.
That's where we get that from. Hey, it's on 2-4 this year, too.
It is.
Cool. And what's a 2-4, first of all? That's a Canadian slang.
Yeah, well, that's a case of beer right there. Mm-hmm. How many beers are in a case? Well, this is 24. It's a May 2-4. That's how many you drink on the long weekend.
You got very Canadian in your tone there. Yeah, it's a 2-4, eh?
Go out for a rip and you...
Yeah,
and you just drink 24 Molsons?
Since it's May, you gotta wear a toque.
Yep. Well, I was wearing a toque this morning.
You were wearing a toque.
No dude about it.
Okay. So Victoria Day is a federal statutory holiday, as well as a holiday in 6 of Canada's 10 provinces and all 3 of our territories. I was surprised it was only 6.
Yeah, I mean, the provinces are kind of weird with statutory holidays, especially Quebec, because they're, like, basically their own country, but
not really. But kinda.
But kinda.
Yeah. So, to tie in the Disney, since it's Victoria Day, and we're not drinking a 2-4.
Speak for yourself. I'm gonna go get one right now.
Oh no, please don't.
Okay, I'll just finish this whiskey
instead. Yeah,
instead.
that's better.
Yeah, okay.
I figured we could talk about a couple different ways you could celebrate Victoria Day Disney style.
Oh boy!
That's pretty good.
That's the best I could do.
That's better than me. So first of all, since we're getting this from a British queen, right? I thought we could talk about some British Disney-related films.
The English are coming. No, okay.
No, it's not. It's go. This isn't all of them. These are just the ones that kind of like I thought of that were quite British. Ready? Alice in Wonderland.
Very British.
Very,
yes.
very British. Mary Poppins, and of course the sequel.
The most British
is Alice in Wonderland. Definitely.
No, Mary Poppins.
Yes, and there's also Mary Poppins Returns, which is actually a lot better than I was expecting because I love Mary Poppins so much. And anytime you do a sequel to something that you love, you're super nervous about it. At least I am. And so I was nervous about it, but I did like Mary Poppins Returns.
Oh, that's good. I've never seen it. Don't really care to, but
I've watched
whatever.
it, I think, 4 times. Then we have, speaking of those weird live-action animated hybrids, Bedknobs and Broomsticks. We were just talking about this last episode.
Is that British?
It's very British.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it as British as Mary Poppins?
The man who plays the father on Mary Poppins is also in Bedknobs and Broomstick.
Oh, but Dick Van Dyke is not.
No, but so's Angela Lansbury.
Oh.
I mean, dame. I think she's a dame.
Oh, she's gotta be.
If she's not, what is wrong with you people?
Yeah.
You
this
people.
Terrible monarchy.
Whoever decides that.
the monarchy.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
If she's not, she should be. Anyway, yeah, so it's pretty British.
That makes sense.
British,
Yeah.
There are also things like Treasure Island is, from a British family's perspective and things like that. So, that's what I'm saying. I'm not including everything on this list because, you can reach. For sure.
Oh, yeah.
But these are the ones that I would recommend. After Bedknobs and Broomsticks, Great Mouse Detective.
Ooh, you keep threatening to do a underrated Disney movie episode.
Oh, it's not a threatening. It's a promise.
Oh.
It's just a matter of when.
Oh. It's lurking in the weeds.
It's true.
Yeah, this would be at the top of my list for underrated Disney films.
Do not blame you for this choice at all. And you really like this one.
Oh, yeah. I love it. And it's very British. It takes place in London, and it's based on Sherlock Holmes, which is very British. So, yeah, no.
I think Great Mouse Detective might be more British than Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, Sherlock Holmes.
Alice in Wonderland is British, but, I mean, you can have an acid trip anywhere, so...
She wakes up in time for tea. That's pretty British.
Yeah, I suppose.
So yes, we have Great Mouse Detective, Robin Hood, 101 Dalmatians. You can watch the animated, you can watch the live action, you can watch 102 Dalmatians. I don't know if Cruella is going to be or not. That's coming out really soon, by the way. That's coming out this coming week. Oh, that wasn't in the news.
Yeah, May 28th.
Are we going to watch it? Or are we going to wait?
I kind of want to watch it. I mean, I was on the fence. We have not yet done a Disney Premiere Access.
We were really close to doing Rhea, and then we started watching all the Oscar movies and things like that.
Yeah, we didn't
and then
really
by the time
have
we came around to it, Premiere wasn't available anymore for it, so we're waiting now. That was our own fault. We weren't organized.
And it's also coming out very soon, so... Anyway,
But Cruella is tempting you.
Yeah, it's definitely tempting me, so...
Yeah, and I don't have a problem. So I know a lot of people complain about paying for Premiere. We don't even have an option. Our theaters are still closed. Mm-hmm. And things cost money, and I don't have an issue paying for things that are worth paying for, I guess. Is the way to say that?
Literally the closest thing we can have to a theater experience is a theater near us is going to be putting on drive-ins in their parking lot.
I'm so excited for it.
And they're going to charge $40 a car.
Yeah.
And so $30 for Premiere is not...
It's not crazy.
It's not crazy.
No. And think about, it's different, like, we don't have kids and stuff like that, but if you were a family of 4 going to the theater...
Yeah, you'd spend more.
I'm the oldest of 4 kids. For my parents to take us all to go to a movie, and we're all getting popcorn, and we're all getting the candy and the pops and stuff like that, you are spending way more than $30.
Yeah, no, the price is not outrageous at all.
So, Cruella is looking awesome. Maybe we'll watch it. Maybe we won't. We'll see.
And Emma Stone's cool. So
yeah, she's fantastic. So, I don't know if that's British or not, but 101 Dalmatians. Okay, well, how about this one? James and the Giant Peach.
That's pretty British.
British. Mm-hmm. We talked about that one a bit in our Halloween episode. Mm-hmm. Do you know that is one of our most popular episodes to date?
Well, I mean, Halloween, we put that out on Halloween, and we had like 100 people listen to it, which was kind of wild.
Like, immediately.
Everyone was cooped up inside, and they didn't have any trick-or-treaters or something, and they wanted to listen to us, but yeah.
And we were like, that was very early. Mm-hmm. That was our 3rd episode or something like that. Our 3rd week of doing it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so anyway, we do talk about James and the Giant Peach a fair bit in that episode. If you are one of the people who have not listened to it yet.
All 3 of you.
Go back and listen. Mm. So, Winnie the Pooh is British. And Canadian.
And it's got a great Canadian...
Okay, so for if you don't know, go ahead, Brandon.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, A.A. Milne is obviously British.
Yes. And his birthday's the same as mine. My birthday's Winnie the Pooh Day. Okay.
Great. But he got the idea for Winnie the Pooh from a bear that was in a Canadian zoo.
Yes, it was.
In Winnipeg.
Yep.
And that's
Winnie.
Winnie. That's why it's Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
From Winnipeg.
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh. That's fantastic. I love it. Mm-hmm. So even though he got his name from Canada, it's still very British, yes. And speaking of that, of course, Christopher Robin, the live action one. I enjoyed this live action one.
I liked it better than I thought I would. The trailers were creepy. The realistic computer animated Winnie the Pooh was creepy, but in the actual movie, I liked it, and it was kind of sad. And
I watched it a lot, and I also really like Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see him be Obi-Wan again. Like, oh.
Yes.
Yes.
So good.
Yes.
So good. I've always said best parts of the prequels.
Oh.
Obi-Wan.
Easily.
Yeah. And Qui-Gon, but he didn't last long in the prequels.
Oh, spoiler alert.
The prequels?
Yeah.
That came out
20 years ago. Ouch.
Which is right. Why would you say that? Okay. Anyway. So Winnie the Pooh, Christopher Robin. Saving Mr. Banks, speaking of live action kind of interpretations. Now, this one actually takes place in LA, but your British connection is it is about the woman who wrote Mary Poppins.
Who is British.
Who is British. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And also, Tom Hanks plays an awesome Walt Disney.
Yeah.
This one I knew I would like it.
They need to do like a Disney biopic, and Hanks should play Disney.
Well, I also think Hanks should play everything he can possibly play that he wants to play.
He can do anything. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He did the Mr. Rogers one as a biopic. He should just do another one while he's on this whole biopic kick and do Walt.
Yeah.
He's played him once. He's got it down.
He could do it. He can do it.
So even though it takes place in California, it of course has that British connection there.
They talk about the right way to drink tea.
That's true, they do.
Which is very British.
Very British. Muppets Most Wanted apparently takes place in England.
Yeah, they go to Europe and all that.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Again, tenuous, but if you're like, oh, I don't want to watch anything that's like... If I just want an excuse to watch the Muppets.
one of the lesser Muppets films.
With Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
So my two reaching films were Muppets Most Wanted and Pirates of the Caribbean, which I know takes place in the Caribbean. I know this.
It does, yeah. It's right in the title.
It's right there.
But I mean, they have a lot of British soldiers and...
Yeah, exactly. They're like British settlers, British soldiers. It's a whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the East India Trading Company, but you know who owns India at that time?
England. Like Hamilton.
Hamilton?
Yeah. I'm going to talk about Hamilton here in just a minute.
Well, I mean, that's got as much to do with England as Pirates of the Caribbean
It's true. It's true. But actually, they're in my next category. So we said May Long. Mm-hmm. Victoria Day. May Long.
Kick off to summer.
Yeah. So I have here a list. Summertime themed movies. First of all, I want to give a serious shout out to the song In Summer by Olaf. I don't know how else to talk about it, so I'm talking about it here. No, I am aware. Our actual official summer doesn't start until like June 20th or June 21st, depending on how the calendar is. Yeah, the equinox. Okay, but since it's the unofficial one, I thought I'd come up with a little list.
Disney Things Plus that make movies. You feel summery.
Exactly. Okay, first of all, Hamilton.
Yeah, okay. That
came out in the summer. There's a song where he talks about summer in the city. Someone in a red dress, someone looking pretty.
She didn't ask you a question. Oh.
That's the comics version of that.
Right, yeah. I don't know. It's good in any season. Yeah. Really.
Yeah. Basically, if we did a seasonal one, I'd put it on every list. Yeah, but okay, there's one. Hamilton, summer. Lilo and Stitch, of course, takes place in Hawaii.
I mean, it's summer there all year round,
exactly.
basically.
Yeah, exactly.
No. This is a summer.
Yeah.
If I was going to pick a summery Disney movie, Lilo and Stitch would be right there.
For sure. Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
Takes place in the ocean. And then Australia, summer all year.
Australia is very summery, and the Great Barrier Reef, all that reef content makes me think of summer.
Exactly, because when we get to go scuba diving and snorkeling and such and so forth, summer.
Summer.
Yeah, summer. This might be my vote for best summer movie, a Goofy movie. Have you ever seen a Goofy movie?
I did a long time ago, but don't they go on like a summer road trip or something?
Okay,
like
so
that?
This one is going to make my list of underrated Disney movies. First of all, it is the most 90s movie I can think of. 90s Disney movie I can think of.
Yeah.
Because, and I'm not talking like, first of all, it happened during the Renaissance. And so it kind of got ignored in the memory as far as like, it's not like Beauty and the Beast.
It's not Oscar worthy.
Yeah,
let's just
it's
say
not like that.
Yeah.
But I rewatched it actually last summer. And I was like, man, I forgot how amazing this is. The music is like quintessential 90s pop and really, really good. I'm like now a massive Powerline fan apparently. And yeah, Goofy and Max go on a summer road trip, and it's all camping. They're retracing the road trip that Goofy took with his father. Okay, we're going to watch this. We just finished the 70s, so we still have the 80s.
I don't know if I want to think about Goofy's daddy.
Okay, that's fine. It starts on the last day of Max's school year. It was literally all summer. It's awesome. It's fantastic. But here are two that I liked. Ralph Breaks the Internet and, of course, the original Wreck-It Ralph. And I was like, actually, I like this as summertime because for me, every time I'm thinking of, like, summer blockbusters and, like, arcades and, like, video games and stuff like that, I think of summertime.
Yeah, I mean, the kids run out to the arcade during their summer break, so...
Moana, again, takes place those tropical lands.
The South Pacific, yeah, I mean, okay.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. If Lilo and Stitch is, Moana is.
Yeah.
Those are my two summery ones. Muppet movie, they have like, this actually takes place in the summer. You know, there's like summertime carnivals and they're driving out to California. They stop for ice cream. It's like a whole thing. George of the Jungle. Have you ever watched George of the Jungle live action?
No.
You're making a face. Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, I know. I know it's Brendan Fraser.
Okay, well, I'll just keep going then. Muppet Treasure Island.
Okay.
Muppet Treasure Island. Fantastic.
George of the Jungle.
Watch out for that tree.
Yeah.
Okay, Muppet Treasure Island. Do you know a song from this one?
Um,
You were just singing George of the Jungle. So
yeah.
a song from this one.
No, actually, no.
Cabin Fever. Oh my goodness. Do you know who's in this?
Yeah, Tim Curry's in this.
Tim Curry's in this.
I've seen it like several times.
You're a professional pirate.
I don't remember any of the songs from it.
You don't have to wear a suit.
Yeah.
Okay, so
this movie should be better than it is. Yeah.
You know what? I loved it watching it. When I rewatched it, I was like, oh, it's not quite as good as I thought, but it's still just like fun.
You got
it's
a classic
super
literature.
campy.
You got Tim Curry being the human in the Muppets, and it should be better than it is on paper.
Not like we're not talking about like when they redid Wizard of Oz or anything like that. But
it is better than that. Yeah.
Right, but this is the first one going back and rewatching where I was like, oh,
you can
right,
yeah,
it's still
you
fun.
can tell Jim Henson wasn't around anymore.
Yeah, and this was the first major one where Jim Henson wasn't around anymore, and you can tell it's still super fun.
Oh, it's not horrible. It's just not
It's
great.
fun. The Parent Trap. I'm partial to the original with Haley Mills.
Okay.
Yep.
The Lindsay Lohan one is actually not bad.
I think I watched it once, but I love the first
but
one
I mean,
so much.
they're at summer camp, so
Yeah,
it's
exactly. It's very
summer,
summery.
Very summery. Yeah.
Speaking of summer camp, Heavyweights.
Oh, this is not a good movie.
I've only seen it once.
I think I've rented it once, way back in the day, on a VHS.
When you could
tape.
rent things on.
On a VHS.
Even better.
And it was.
That's very summery, actually.
Yeah, it was not good.
I don't remember it. I don't remember hating it though.
Nah, I don't know. It's like Let's Laugh at the Fat Kids.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's stupid.
Okay. I have here on the list Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken. Have you ever seen this?
Isn't that about a horse or something?
Yeah, it's a woman who rides a horse, and it was this like summer carnival event that used to happen
the horse
in the 30s.
diving.
The horse diving.
Yes,
exactly.
They
used to play this on like the Disney Channel and the Family Channel and all that all the time. So I watch it so many times.
We actually had a field trip go see this movie in theater.
No, you didn't.
When I was in school. Yeah.
Man, must be nice to live in a town with a theater.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Horse diving.
Yeah.
Seems like a bad idea.
That's what I think the lady found out.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I did. It's solid.
Yeah, I really liked it too.
It's been a long time.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There were a lot of live action movies that came out at the same time of this. I think maybe the only reason this one stands out to me a lot is because I watched it so many times. But it is like it takes place at summer carnivals. There's a summer carnival circuit, so this makes sense as a summer movie.
Okay.
And then The Sandlot.
Duh. I mean, it's got to be summer because they're playing baseball.
Yep. It takes place over summertime. That's the whole thing. And they're playing baseball. Yeah.
The Sandlot is a great movie. It's really fun. Mm-hmm. And it just.
You weren't even a baseball fan.
No,
you're not a huge baseball fan, and you're like.
I dislike baseball. It's like my second least favorite sport after basketball.
Right.
But Sandlot's great. It's a great movie.
Do you like figure skating?
Yeah, I like figure skating.
Do you like it better than basketball or baseball?
I like figure skating way more than basketball. Baseball, a good baseball game can be fun, and like maybe the last 30 seconds of a basketball game can be fun, but
going to a baseball game is actually quite fun.
Oh yeah,
like live baseball,
live
is different.
sports and watching sports on TV are two different things.
Right.
Yeah.
The reason I ask is, of course, I love figure skating. I love figure skating more than hockey, and I like hockey.
Well, that's just wrong.
Nuh-uh. Anyway, those are the opposite of summer.
Yes, they are.
But The Sandlot is very summery.
Oh, it's
love this one.
It's a good movie.
It's really good.
It's really fun. Really
this
cute.
is one of the ones that one of my brothers, the one who's closest to me in age, this is one of the ones he would watch on repeat. Yeah, so I watch this one a lot.
It's a good movie.
That's why I want to talk about it last, because it's like the seriously recommend. Of this list, summertime and British films. One from British, one from summertime. Pick your favorite.
Great Mouse Detective.
I knew you were going to say that.
Oh, we're gonna include Hamilton in this? Okay.
That's okay. No, we're not including Hamilton.
Oh, let's say Wreck-It Ralph then.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I like to play video games.
Another underrated movie.
Wreck-It Ralph is great.
Yeah. Okay, for me, I'm gonna go Winnie the Pooh. If we're just talking like best summer movie off of this, I'm going Goofy Movie. Yep. I watched that and I'm like, it's summer. And it's not one that I watched all the time. Literally, me watching it last summer was the first time I'd watched it in years. But yeah, it's just super, super summery. And if we're talking best summer movie.
And it's got a little bit of heart and
a little bit of heart, like literally I tear up at it. I know. Yeah, it has a mix of heart and it has the super fun 90s pop music. I'm going to cut that out so you can't tell why Brandon is laughing right now, but he's laughing cuz he just dropped his phone.
I'm also laughing at you crying all the time, but
I mean, okay, yeah, fair. But I'm going to go listen to Powerline right now or The Open Road. So good.
Okay.
Hey, like we're going on a road trip theoretically.
Theoretically?
Yeah, I'm going to play it on The Open Road.
Maybe we should watch that movie before we go.
Okay.
So I can know what you're talking
about.
Yeah.
Other ways to celebrate? How about afternoon tea? Have like the whole tea thing. The whole shebang.
Only if you cut my sandwiches into like triangles?
No, you cut them into Mickey heads.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, with different
You have a Mickey Mouse cookie cutter.
I know. Yeah. I made, what did I make? Beignets. Yeah. Which is why I got them. So, are we ready for trivia?
Yes. Are you ready for trivia?
Oh, well, first we're reviewing your answers from last time.
Because you're going to have to answer the question.
First, we're reviewing your answers for last time. It was kind of all over the place. So, first of all, I asked you, the Aristocats. We talked about Marie during the episode because you're talking about the 1970s. And I said, what were her brothers' names? This is what you said.
Absolutely not.
They're French names.
Jacques.
The correct answer is Toulouse and Berlioz.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
then you said you knew nothing about Aristocats. So I said
I do not.
You
Zero.
could completely ignore that question if you could tell me Thomas O'Malley's full name. There's a song about it.
What?
Again.
It's Abraham DeLacy, Giuseppe Casey, Thomas O'Malley, O'Malley the Alley Cat.
Great.
It's a song. That's how you remember it.
I don't. I've never watched. Well, I've watched Aristocats, but I don't. It's not in my wheelhouse. Sorry.
Then I asked you about what happened in the 70s that shut down Disneyland. And before I could even ask the question, this is what you said.
They had a protest on Tom Sawyer's Island, and they shut down Disneyland. Wait, was that your question?
And you were absolutely correct, so then I wanted to ask you a backup question.
Well, so we just watched a movie about the Yippies, too. I didn't mention this last week. The Trial of Chicago 7.
That's right.
They were the Yippies. Mm-hmm. Or a big contingent of them were the Yippies. Yeah. So
that was a great movie, by the way.
It was.
That was a really good one.
Should have won Best Picture.
That was my vote.
Yeah.
Anyway, I said it during our Oscars episode even. Mm-hmm. It was on the air. I couldn't take it back. Mm-hmm. On record. On the internet. Yeah. So then I said, well, I need a backup question. Because you didn't even let me ask that question.
I gotta learn to, stay quiet.
Yeah. Had you let me ask the question, then I would have been like...
Oh, wow, you're so smart.
Wow, so quick.
You know what? I should still be given credit for that.
No, I'm totally giving you credit for that.
Okay, thank you.
But I also asked you about a short animated classic that came out in the 70s that is now considered a Christmas classic.
Mickey's Gift of the Magi one?
The answer was the small one. And I remember watching this a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
I didn't rewatch it till Disney Plus. And then, and yes, we talked about it during our Christmas episode.
I remember now.
So the last question we had a little bit of trouble with because it was hard for you. I think it was hard for you to imagine what I was asking.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that this was actually included in this because I knew this was a thing, but... Yeah. I didn't know what you're saying. I don't know. I'm just dumb.
So,
I'm just
No.
dumb.
It's one of those ones that's kind of included in this category, but not really because it doesn't follow the same rules as the
It's just
because
it's including the short that had been released originally.
Yeah. Okay, so I asked you. So the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Mm-hmm. It was a type of film that was officially only done once after Walt's death, like as a theatrical release and everything. What was that type of film? This is what you said.
Well, I'm curious to see what you have to say.
It is classified as a package film. Along the same lines of things like Saludos Amigos, My other favorite, I mean, Winnie the Pooh's my favorite, but my other one would be The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
Which also has a British connection.
Oh, yeah. Why didn't
Wind in
I
the
include
Willows
that one
is
in the
very
list?
British.
Yeah. I should have included that one in the list. Addendum. Go add that to the British list. It's so good. Yeah, but those kind of went fun and fancy free.
Yeah, it makes sense, but also...
It was big in the 50s, but yeah, it's more put together than that. Mm-hmm. So I could see why that would be totally confusing. In fact, when I read that was classified as a package film, I was kind of, what? Okay, I guess so.
What?
So, some good, well, the Yippies thing was really good.
Yeah, nailed it. I win trivia just for that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, guess what?
I know, and you're angry.
No, I'm not, actually.
Okay.
I'm going to be, a little angry, but not too bad.
Okay.
But it's May 2-4 weekend.
Woo!
Queen Victoria.
Woo!
It's her birthday on Monday.
Yay!
Or would have been if she was still alive.
Right.
But she's been dead for
long time.
Long time. But I'm going to ask you some questions about Queen Victoria.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's pretty cool.
Okay.
She was kind of a cool historical figure.
Uh-huh. I know nothing about her.
No, that's cool.
It's gonna go well.
So, maybe you can answer...
Oh, probably not. Go ahead.
What was her first name?
Was not Victoria? I'm gonna guess if you're asking me this, it's not Victoria.
Yeah.
I feel like a bad Canadian. Okay, I don't know. I'm saying Victoria. Maybe it's a trick question.
Maybe it's a trick question. Or probably not.
Just keep going.
That was kind of a mean one.
Well, okay, here's the thing. I know kings change their names when they become king. So I'm assuming queens do the same, but I don't know. She's
How old, this isn't a trivia question, but how old was she when she became queen, do you think?
No, like 12. Super young.
She was quite young, yes, but not that young.
Oh, 16. I was going to say numbers until 16. I'm going to go with 16.
She was 18.
Oh,
and
16 was close.
And she was the longest reigning monarch in British monarchy for a long time until Queen Elizabeth.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Elizabeth holds that.
Yeah,
now.
no, Anyway,
yeah.
But
you want to go like, yes, Queen. Literally.
Yes, Queen.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Crown and everything.
So the other cool thing about Queen Victoria, she was the first royal to do this, and there's actually I'll accept two different answers.
Can you give me any kind of hint?
One of them was like kind of like a modern thing, and the other thing is she is very entrenched in English royalty right now, but she was the first one to do it.
So this thing that she did. Mm-hmm. Is now completely entrenched, but she was the first one to do it. Mm-hmm. Have a dog in the castle. The queen's super big on corgis, right?
That's a fantastic.
Have a dog in the castle.
Okay, woof woof. I like that.
Yeah.
I would like Queen Victoria.
Yeah, right.
For that,
yeah.
And she, unfortunately, she was also the first royal diagnosed with this genetic disease. The British royals are very famous for this.
I like how you think that helped.
Did you not take biology in high school?
That was a very long time ago.
Okay. No?
No.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Okay.
This is one of the ones I'm going to hit myself for, but nope.
Yeah?
Not literally, like figuratively hit myself for.
I thought that was the easy question today.
Nope.
Oh, dear.
I mean, like, it's one of those things I'll probably think of later, but, like, I literally have nothing to even, like, there's nothing.
Okay. Well... Yay, Queen Victoria.
I hope the dog thing is right, because that would be
sweet.
It
was a good answer.
Well, I was going to say, have a city in Canada named after her.
Well, okay. What province has the capital named after Queen Victoria?
If the fact that you are giving me this means I got nothing else right, but it's British Columbia. Oh, yeah, I know you're nodding. We don't have YouTube yet. They can't see. They can't see you give me thumbs up either. So the fact that means I got nothing else right because he's giving me, like, a ridiculously easy gimme question.
I feel bad.
That's okay.
I was trying to be not.
No, you weren't, but that's cool. I like learning things.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. This is not any Disney related trivia whatsoever.
No, but it's cool. We were talking about
But yeah, Queen Victoria.
And I know nothing about her. Like, honestly, we study British history in Canada, but it's more like British history in relation to Canada. Like, I don't remember, and I've taught social studies, so please don't tell people this. But and I actually find history very interesting. But the thing is, a lot of the history I'm familiar with surrounds Elizabethan era because I study Shakespeare a lot. Honestly, like, maybe I probably heard about the biological trait at some point.
Oh, you
completely gone.
You definitely have.
You know what? It was kicked out of my brain to make room for Disney song lyrics.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
We were listening to, what was it, a YouTube, just a random video about
Top 100 Disney songs or something like that?
Yeah, and it turned into a game of Krysta Name That Tune. And some of them were obvious. I mean, you're playing Be Our Guest. You know, it takes you one note to
but there was some obscure stuff, and you were like, oh, yeah.
And Brandon was like, I didn't even know you saw that. I said, no, I saw it once when it first came out. This is why I don't remember the biological trait.
Okay. There's only so much room in your brain hard drive. So.
Yeah, and it's mostly taken up with Disney lyrics. I have a very specific set of skills that is not helping anyone.
You will find them, and you will name that tune.
You know what we should do on our YouTube channel one day? Play Krysta Name That Tune. Yeah, it'd be fun.
That could be fun.
Right? You just have to keep the snippets short.
Yes, very short.
Okay, well, that was embarrassing. But that's still our show.
Well, happy May 2-4.
Happy May long. Thanks to El Mule, who's responsible for our custom theme song you heard at the top of the show. You can find a link to his work at our website, disneya.wixsite.com/podcast, and you can also find us on social media. Instagram at disneya.podcast, Facebook at disneya, and Twitter on disneya podcast. We kind of put that in order of where we are most active.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, Twitter's tough to get following on, and you're doing real good work on the Instagrams.
You know what it is? I just like Instagram is what I think it is. There's a fantastic Disney lovers community on Instagram.
I spend a lot of time on Twitter, but it's all hockey Twitter, so...
Disney fans tend to lend themselves really well to like pictures and video, and that's very Instagram. So you can check us out there. We'd love to hear from you, in fact, so please do. You can also find Disney episodes on your favorite streaming platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, among others. Please review our podcast, subscribe, and if you know someone who might like the podcast, please be sure to recommend us to them. And if you leave us a review, it means a lot. Just like a couple words or anything.
A cool 5-star review. That'd be
fantastic.
That'd be sweet. Yeah.
And we'll read your review on the air, regardless of whether or not it's 5 stars. But please make it 5 stars.
No, if it's not 5, well, we might read it on the air, and then we'll make fun of you if it's not 5 stars.
I won't, because I'll feel sad.
Well, I will just make fun of you to make myself feel better.
Oh, okay.
It's like a defense mechanism.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, I get it. That's fine. I was also thinking I'm going to put on Instagram, off and on for the next couple weeks, I think, a request for Q&A, a little bit of questions they can ask us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll answer questions.
Yeah, me too. And so
I'm good at answering questions.
Yeah.
Whether the answer is correct or not, I don't know. But I'll answer the heck out of that question.
As long as it's not about the Aristocats.
Yeah, no, don't make it about no.
For the next couple of weeks, so I'm going to start that here right away. So be sure to go ahead and you can either private message us.
Well, that's
slide
exciting.
in the DMs.
Slide into those DMs, yeah.
Or check out the stories
That's what
and
the
things
kids
like
say
that.
these days. I don't know.
I'm not a kid. I don't
know.
Sounds really creepy when I say that. I think it sounds creepy when everyone says that.
It is. I'm pretty sure it's creepy.
The fact that we're discussing whether or not it's creepy tells you how old we are. They can't see you do the light.
I poked my nose.
Yeah.
And then pointed at you.
Good job.
Yeah.
All right, so check that out. If you have a question for us, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's like okay for a podcast, we will answer it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
12.
42 is the correct answer.
To most things. Like,
I'm pretty sure it's everything is actually the way that quotation goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Life, the universe, and everything.
Yeah.
The answer is?
42.
Exactly. Okay, but if you have a question about anything else that isn't the life, the universe, and everything, go ahead and message us. We'd love to hear it. And check out the Instagram stories. Off and on for the next couple weeks.
Cool.
And then we'll read them, because that sounds fun.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, just thought of it now. Sorry I didn't give you a heads up on that.
I'm easy. That's good.
Yeah. You can also listen to Disney A episodes on Magic of the Mouse Radio. We have a new start time. You can hear us on Magic of the Mouse Radio Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 3:30. You can listen to Magic of the Mouse Radio on Live 365, MyTuner Radio, Radio Garden, and other radio station apps. Also, we are proud to bring you the sounds and music of the Disneyland Resort on Magic of the Mouse Radio. And huge thing they're doing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the 29th, they are having a kickoff to summer event.
Summertime.
Exactly. They will be playing music from different parks. So if you want to hear music from Hollywood Studios.
I do. They have Tower of Terror.
Yeah,
they have the best music.
That's pretty sweet.
Oh,
Oh, it's great music. If you want to hear music from Magic Kingdom, if you want to hear music from Epcot, if you want to hear music from Disneyland, you should listen.
yeah.
Yeah. they're doing a whole marathon, and we're proud to be part of this, bringing you music from the Disneyland Resort. So
And
you should definitely check them
it's
out.
a big marathon, so we'll probably have to train for this, yeah?
Different kind of marathon.
Oh,
Yes. That starts at 10 a.m. Eastern on the 29th. But next week, you can join us as we chat about, like we said earlier in the show, Disney cruising. Well, cruising in general, really. But we're going to talk Disney cruising as well.
Well, I mean, the Wish has had their big unveil. Disney cruising is a big thing. Cruising's been on pause around the world for a year and a bit.
Yeah, so all travel has basically, like vacation kind of stuff, has all been on pause, but cruising more so.
Especially cruising.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of problems as the pandemic started spinning out. A lot of the big hotspots were from cruise ships because they're petri dishes. But we're getting a handle on that, and we're going to get back to cruising.
Yeah, we thought as like an optimistic kind of kickoff to summer, we talk about some cruising.
Moving back to normal, so we want to talk about cruising and like the comparison to Disney cruising versus regular cruising.
Yeah.
And
a little bit about the Wish.
The Wish is the new hotness in Disney cruising, and as well as a little bit about river cruising, because we have some experience with that.
Yep.
Disney also does river cruising. So
Right, so we're going to talk about some of those options. And actually, a river cruise was the last huge vacation we took before the end times.
Yeah, in the before times. In the before times, we did that.
It wasn't the last international trip that I took, but I think it was the last one you did.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So until then, I'm Krysta.
And I'm Brandon.
Till that next adventure, TTFN, ta-ta for now. Thanks for listening to Disney,
Have a magical day.